Hello and welcome to day 65 of 361 Lifeline, and today it's called Good Girl. So did you grow up actually thinking to yourself that you had to be a good girl to get validation? So if you were the good girl in the family, then things would go right for you. And did you take that into your adulthood, and has it affected your mental health? So then did you suddenly flip? And did you suddenly think, actually, I'm going to be a bad girl around the age of, I don't know, pick your age, from 15 to maybe you did it a lot later after your first divorce, and you became this bad girl and you became the opposite of everything that you thought you had been before? And now, do you sometimes in your mental health flip and you feel bad girl, good, and then you just don't know, and it gets really confusing, and all this confusion is in your head and you just don't know because you're searching for validation? Well, the good news is you can be a good girl, you can be a bad girl, you can be both, but more than that, you can be neither. So these are all labels, and these have gone deep into your head from when you were a kid. And you can sometimes play the good girl, you can sometimes play the bad girl, but what you need to know is that you're neither of these labels. So you can be both labels and neither. And this can help with mental health, because every time you find yourself searching for validation for being a good girl, think instead about what we were talking about earlier in the series, compassionate boundaries. And so my number one compassionate boundary, which actually trumps this good girl, is I am going to put my mental health first before other people's mental health. How does this work out? I block people, I delete people if they're stressing me out with their poor mental health demands. This sounds harsh. I say no to calling people if I know that they're gonna kind of want a lot from me and they're not gonna give anything back. And I come out in nature every day. So the compassionate boundaries help with the good girl. What can activate the good girl? Guilt. Be aware that people will try and guilt you because you've always been a good girl and you're doing what you've always done. Say no compassionately.